SMSFs, self-managed super funds. These are the darlings of small business and small business people, and they've been copping an absolute hammering in the last 5 to 10 years in the media and in the financial world. But let's have a look at the basics of a self-managed super fund, and you can take this away and have a think about it. A self-managed super fund is established with a trust deed, different to your discretionary trust or unit trust, but there is a document called a deed for a self-managed super fund. Goes through all the rules of the fund, the establishment, what the members can do, what the trustee can do, etc., etc. So a self-managed super fund has a trust deed. Obviously, with the trust deed, you need a trustee, and the trustee can be individuals or a company, much like a discretionary or unit trust. We highly recommend at Paris Financial that you have a corporate trustee. Most of our self-managed super funds have 2 members in them, for example, mum and dad. And if you have a corporate trustee, if mum or dad falls off the perch, that super fund can keep going with 1 member, mum or dad surviving, as a corporate trustee. But if you have individual trustees, mum and dad or mum falls off the perch, you cannot run a self-managed super fund with 1 individual trustee. With trustees, set up a corporate trustee. It's important for your estate planning. The other key thing about a self-managed super fund, 1 to 4 members. That's it, 1 to 4. So most of the self-managed super funds, as I said, are for personal partners only. Sometimes you will get very close business partners and their personal partners together, making up the 4. And sometimes we get personal partners with a couple of kids in there, but 4 members only. The other key things about self-managed super funds, and this goes for all the super fund regime out there, but it's worth mentioning, the income tax rate of a self-managed super fund is 15%. The capital gains tax rate of a self-managed super fund is 10%, as long as those assets held in the fund has been longer than 12 months. Self-managed super funds, absolute darlings of small business, don't have much of a voice out there, but gosh, isn't there a lot of envy? Those industry funds and the big managed funds, they've been hammering self-managed super funds for 5 to 10 years, getting the tax office to audit self-managed super funds, getting all the super fund auditors registered with ASIC, hammering self-managed super funds in the media, and they've got a very good reason, because these guys, they make up about 1/3 of the total super fund balance of money in the Australian economy. Most of the reason is because self-managed super funds are wonderful for small business. Small business people can put their business premises into a super fund and run their business out of it. It gives them a lot of control and flexibility about what they want to do. Fair bit of paperwork around a self-managed super fund. You really need $200,000 to $300,000 these days to warrant the fees, because the fees have gone up with all of the compliance. But essentially, the darlings of small business, we love them here at Paris Financial, and that is a self-managed super fund.